The internet is generally amazing and it has made life a lot easier, particularly for me as an introvert. I can communicate and do business online without ever needing to speak to anyone. I'd much rather write an email than make a phone call, although sometimes it can be a bit difficult when someone has wrote me an email which resembles an essay. In this case, I always feel a bit under pressure to write a similar length of email back. I can't just write a couple of lines back as it sort of disrespects the effort they've put into theirs, but I'm often just sat there wondering what the hell to write, so I tend to overcompensate for my lack of writing with my generous use of paragraphs. Of course, one of the great things about the internet is learning stuff. In the old days, you might have had to actually speak to someone to find out a solution to a problem. With the internet though, you can search for pretty much anything. I rely on it so much, I sometimes expect it to know things that are not technically possible for it to know. Oh yeah, it's not going to know that, is it? Not everything about the internet is great though. Passwords, for example, can be annoying. Just making one when you're signing up to a website can be more of a hassle than it needs to be. You need at least 8 letters. I always try and get away with 6 if I can. At least 1 capital letter. Oh, here we go. You need at least 1 number. You need a special character. Is it having a go at my personality now? Okay, is that it? Or is there anything else you need? Maybe some kind of ancient Egyptian hieroglyphs, maybe? It would have been nice if you told me I needed all this shit at the beginning instead of watching me fail at each step. Then you get the ones who will let you get away with a so-called lesser password, but it will make a snidey little comment on your choice, such as, weak. I know what they're trying to do. They're trying to make me do another one, but I won't buckle to their pressure. In fact, just to show them, I will change it to weak password. How about that? Right, weak password 1. Actually, I think I'm going to change all my passwords to incorrect. That way, when I get it wrong, it'll always remind me that my password is incorrect. So anyway, when I finally give them a password which is worthy of their acceptance, that's still not enough, and they need me to click a little link in an email, which more often than not ends up in my junk folder. So then when I find it and click it, thinking I've finally done it all, then they want me to prove I'm not a robot for some reason. What have they got against robots anyway? That's a bit robophobic in my opinion. Anyway, apparently one of the ways to prove you're not a robot is trying to decipher some illegible jumble of letters, which sometimes don't even look like letters. Another way is to play the select the squares game, where you try to find objects in the distance in a grainy, blurry photograph. Is that a street sign? Is that the edge of it in the next square? Do you select the pole as well? I always seem to have problems with this. Maybe I am actually a robot. Like I said before, I am more comfortable chatting online than in real life. When someone asks me a question, I am able to pause and think of my best replies, a luxury that I don't have face to face. It's not all plain sailing though. Sometimes there can be misunderstandings, especially with people like my friend Brian. I remember one time he needed to do something on his computer, which I tried to help him with. He doesn't have the best spelling or grammar in the world, it's fair to say. I think he must be the only person in the world who has misspelled the word no. There's not much point trying to correct him either, it never gets through to him. It can be easy to make typos though, so just remember to always check your message before pressing send, particularly when it's an important email.